The animal kingdom. A remarkable array of living, breathing natural wonders. Majestic. Compelling. Ingenious. And extraordinary. Fascinating. Physical. Visceral. And ferocious. Discover their past, present, and future. Just stunning. Just glorious. Just amazing. Just animals. Crocodiles. Apex predator. Primeval beast. Robust survivors. They might induce fear, but these commanding reptiles also deserve respect and admiration. Crocodiles coexisted with dinosaurs and managed to outlast them. They might be cold-blooded, but they are warm-hearted. They are the only reptiles to care for their young, known as hatchlings. The 20 species of crocodilians can be found lurking in 91 countries, mostly in tropical regions. The American alligator in particular has an abundant population, recently estimated at 5 million. All crocodilians share the same characteristic features. Long snouts, countless teeth, strong jaws, powerful tails, and tough coats of scaly skin. Like magicians, they can disappear in plain sight, the water cloaking their long bodies. Patience is another quality they exhibit, one that can be rewarded in an instant. Crocodilians are not fussy eaters. If it's meat, these carnivores are happy. On this protein-rich diet, they can grow to impressive sizes. The largest in the group is the saltwater crocodile, which are commonly nicknamed salties. On average, the males or bulls can measure over 5 meters in length. Weight-wise, they can get up to a ton. Female salties or cows only get to half that size. The Cuvier's dwarf caiman lies at the other extreme of the crocodilian spectrum. These petite reptiles weigh between 6 and 7 kilos. Regardless of size, these ancient creatures are strangely intriguing. There is much more to them than what's on the surface. The word crocodile is often used as a blanket term to describe the various types of reptiles that belong to the crocodilian order, which includes alligators or gators, caimans, gharials, and crocs. While they are vastly outnumbered by lizard and snake species, crocodilians make up for it by having the 3 largest reptiles in the world within their ranks. Like their reptilian cousins, crocodiles are cold-blooded vertebrates that come into the world via an egg and have skin protected by scales. These light yet hardy structures are made from a fibrous protein called keratin, which is also found in hooves, claws, and feathers. Croc's scales are called scutes and are different to those found on snakes and lizards. They don't overlap and are set out in regular rows and patterns. For added strength, many scutes have bony plates called osteoderms growing beneath them. The highest concentration of these types of scutes are found along a crocodile's back and neck, creating a tough, spiky coat of armor. Size might vary, but overall, crocodilians have the same basic appearance. Long, solid bodies, laterally compressed tails, and drawn-out snouts. It is the shape of their snouts that distinguishes gators from crocodiles. An alligator's is wide and U-shaped with a rounded end, while crocs have longer, pointier noses, like a V. Another way to tell them apart is to check for any signs of teeth when their mouths are shut. Gators have an overbite, allowing their top teeth to show. In comparison, crocs' teeth interweave, giving them a raggedy jawline. Their grins further enhanced by the 4th tooth on their lower jaw that juts out. Each tooth can be replaced up to 50 times throughout their lifetime. That's 3,000 teeth at a minimum. As semi-aquatic creatures, swimming is a croc's specialty. Their muscular, flattened tails are like oars, powering them through the water. Webbing between their toes adds to their speed, plus helps with steering. A saltwater croc can cruise along at 15 kilometers an hour. When the mood strikes them, they can double that speed for short bursts. Up on land, they're not as agile, but do have 2 styles of walking, low and high. A high walking croc lifts the trunk of their body off the ground. It's a slow gait. To speed things up, they can adopt what's called the low walk position, where they crawl on their bellies, legs splayed out, scurrying in a side-to-side motion. The fastest land speed record held by these reptiles to date was set by an Australian freshwater croc, running at 17 kilometers per hour. Being wary of crocodilians in the water and on land is advisable. But looking up can also pay off. American gators are one of a few species that climb to gain a higher perspective on the world, and not just for sunbathing. Should a meal wander below, these daunting reptiles are ready and willing to take the leap. The only two continents where crocodilians are not found are Antarctica and Europe. These reptiles prefer warmer climes, and tropical habitats suit their ectothermic needs. Alligators are, however, more cold tolerant than the rest of their kind, found in higher latitudes where they enjoy milder subtropical conditions. "23 species in total, crocodilians are a diverse order. With 14 members, crocodiles are the largest family. The leader of the pack is the saltwater croc. Apart from being the biggest, they have the widest distribution in the entire order. Salties can be found from eastern India down to New Guinea and the northern regions of Australia, some straying as far as New Caledonia and Fiji. The mottled skin of adults can be golden tan in colour through to darker greys and black. Australia also hosts a species of freshwater crocodile. Freshies, as they're known locally, are much smaller, bulls growing to 1/10 the size of a male salty. In addition, freshwaters have longer, thinner snouts. Africa is home to the second largest croc in the world, the Nile crocodile. The average bull weighs 227 kilograms. As with all crocodilians, female Niles are smaller. Apart from their geographic location, one look at a Nile's head and neck will distinguish them from a saltwater croc. Niles have a row of scoots behind their head, and their snouts are smooth compared to the pair of ridges on a saltie's. The waters of India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka are home to the mugger or marsh crocodile. These medium-large crocs have a broad snout, giving them more of an alligator-type look. Their name comes from the Hindi language, magar, meaning water monster. The alligator family is next down in size, with 2 species, plus half a dozen close cousins, known as caimans. Compared to gators, caimans have longer, thinner teeth, smaller bodies, and better agility. Of the 2 alligator species, the American is bigger, males reaching lengths of 3.4 meters. There are thought to be 1.25 million of them in the southeastern state of Florida alone. Early Spanish settlers in the state called them el lagarto, which means the lizard. Over time, the term became anglicized, leaving them to be known around the world as alligators. The Chinese species is less than half the size of its American cohort. Their stubby snouts are slightly upturned at the end. Found in eastern China, these stout reptiles are known locally as yaolong, dragons. Gharials are a single species, native to India and Nepal. The name is derived from the Hindi description of the reptile. The unusual bulbs on the tip of the gharial's narrow snout look like the traditional earthenware pots of the region known as garas. Also known as a boss, these bulbous growths get larger as the male matures. They're thought to be communication tools, the buzzing, hissing sounds they create helping bulls defend their territory and to attract mates.